Welcome back everybody, my name's Nick930 and this is my review for the new Splinter Cell themed update to Ubisoft's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now this was a nice treat from Ubisoft, and it's obvious they decided to drop this into their year-old game as a way of teasing the return of not only Splinter Cell, but the real Sam Fisher. That's right, Ubisoft managed to get Michael Ironside to reprise his role as the iconic Sam Fisher, and there's no confirmation yet, but I think it's safe to assume the long-rumored Splinter Cell game will once again feature Ironside, instead of that Eric Johnson guy they had in Blacklist. But anyway, let's look at the new mission for Ghost Recon and analyze whether it's even worth playing. Unfortunately, this is a terribly made mission. First off, the mission can only be accessed at night, and since there's no simple way of fast forwarding time in the game, you can either wait until the time of day changes, which can take a really long time, or you can fast travel around the map randomly to help progress time faster. It should have made it so once you enter the mission area, the game's time fast forwards to allow you to play the mission. Next, we have the first objective, which has you and your team infiltrating a heavily fortified Unidad base to reach Sam Fisher, who is located directly in the center inside the main building. Now this part is cool, as the mission requirements force you to remain undetected and you're not allowed to kill anyone. Unfortunately, Ghost Recon Wildlands stealth mechanics aren't up to par with the stealth design of a Splinter Cell game, so this doesn't really work all that well. It's difficult to judge the distance enemies can detect you at, even in complete darkness, and enemy patrols are incredibly unpredictable, with some enemies starting off down a path and then immediately turning around to go the other way. The fact that you can't kill anyone or even knock anyone out means this is even more frustrating, as you now have several patrols at each of the few entrances into the compound and unseen enemies inside. You can't use your drone to spot all the hostiles because of a jammer, and the generator is tucked away far enough it's not even worth trying to disable. If you manage to slip past the guards, you'll find Sam Fisher and he'll brief you on what he's doing. Then the terrible part begins. For whatever dumb reason, Ubisoft thought it would be fun to put in a defense objective here. So all of those enemies you were forced to bypass? Yeah, now they're all coming straight for you. That means all the snipers in the towers can shoot you through many windows, all the soldiers downstairs surrounding the building will rush in to kill you at point blank, and if that wasn't enough, the game starts spamming Apache helicopter spawns. It's close to impossible to play this mission on the harder difficulties, something I never struggled with throughout the entirety of the main game. Your AI teammates won't follow you into the base during the stealth section, so if you go down, you're stuck waiting a good 30 seconds for them to run past all the gunfire and revive you. If you do get revived, you'll be lucky to stay alive for another 10 seconds. And then to top it all off, there's no checkpoints, so as soon as you fail the mission, you're plopped back down outside the compound and told to sneak in again. And if you fail enough times, the time of day will rotate back to daytime and you'll be forced to wait to try the mission over, as there's no replay mission option in the start menu. So let's say you do manage to survive long enough for Sam to pull the data off the computer. Well, now you need to escape, and there's plenty of vehicles to do this. Only the infinite Apache spawns will continuously fire barrages of rockets at you, blowing up any vehicles you try to get in. You can try blowing up the helicopters, but almost instantly another helicopter will take its place. So I was forced to run on foot with my squad and Sam Fisher a couple kilometers until the Unidad attack finally decided to quit, where I was then forced to drive another 3 kilometers to drop Sam off. So what's the plus side to all of this? Well, hearing Michael Ironside again is awesome, especially for me being a longtime Splinter Cell fan, and there's quite a few fun Easter eggs in the dialogue too, even one that references Metal Gear Solid. And then there's also a cool new animation for the night vision goggles that you can either unlock through playing the mission or buy with the Season 2 pass. These goggles also have an old school night vision tint reminiscent of the older Splinter Cell games. In addition to that, the Season 2 pass also gives you some loot crates, a karambit knife that can only be equipped via a special glove, and the SC-4000 and the special 5.7 Blacklist pistol, which all appeared in Splinter Cell Blacklist as the signature weapons for Sam Fisher. So is it worth getting the Season Pass for this content? No, absolutely not. The Season Pass is $30 right now and seems to only give you a few cosmetic items, some loot crates that also have cosmetic items, and early access to the game's PvP classes, which are irrelevant considering how much of a ghost town the game's online multiplayer component is. Though if you're interested, they did add in a new Splinter Cell based class in Ghost War called Echelon. Echelon is an assault class that has a sonar pulse, similar to the one seen in Splinter Cell Conviction, that can reveal enemies nearby. In addition to this new class, the update also brings in some new maps including the Zinc Mine, Unidad FOB, Train Yard, Rocha, and Library, in addition to a new game mode called Sabotage, which plays a lot like classic attack defend the bomb site game modes in other games. And finally, you can now customize your AI teammates, so they match your character, which is cool considering before they would run around in tank tops and flannel shirts when you're dressed like a Navy SEAL. So yeah, disappointed overall with this update. The mission needs some major work to be enjoyable, and it has me really worried about what they think both Ghost Recon and Splinter Cell fans actually want in a game. When you encourage stealth action, we expect a game designed around stealth action. Anyway, I hope this review was helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more content posted every week.